Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, everybody. It's a pleasure to have all of you here. I would quickly come on stage RUW leader, Professor Mazen Juma, President.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. On behalf of the Royal University for Women, Board of Trustees, Board of Directors, academics, and admin, staff, and students, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the opening ceremony of the 6th Annual Middle East Pre-Moot Court Competition, a regional arbitration program. A special thanks to all the partners of this program: Bahrain Ministry of Justice and Islamic Affairs, Bilateral U.S. Arab Chamber of Commerce, CIL Pittsburgh University, CLDF, CLDP, BCDR, MENA Chambers, JSLI, BHCLLC, and the USA Embassy in the Kingdom of Bahrain for its support. At RUW, we always strive to deliver the best. Some of our recent achievements are as follows. RUW is proud to be the first and the only private university to take part in the Higher Education Council accreditation pilot phase, and the accreditation visit, which lasts 5 days, went successfully, and we hope to receive soon the positive report, inshallah. RUW is also one of the first 2 universities to be listed by the Quality Assurance Authority in Bahrain after going through the institutional processes. The achievement status means that the university governance and policies, procedures are deemed to be sound and are suitable to sustain a quality delivery. In addition, the College of Business and Financial Science went through the 2nd cycle of program within college reviews in 2010 and in 2015, and also got the full confidence by the Quality Assurance Authority in Bahrain for the 2nd time. Other successes of the Royal University for Women include 3 various programs are in the final stage of being validated for their mapping on the consultant, and we are in the process of implementing some of the recommendations made so that we take our students, which we hope that this academic year will complete the 1st cycle and will be graduated, inshallah, this academic year, so that they will be all on top level of the College of Law. International collaboration has become integral to higher education in the 21st century. Royal University for Women has successfully fostered its international relations with reputable universities in USA, such as West Virginia University, and France, such as La Roger, and continuing to cultivate in the future. It's further providing opportunities for learning, sharing knowledge and experience, benchmarking, and expanding research networks. Today, Royal University for Women is pleased to host you all and to host through the Middle East Pre-Moot Arbitration, an eminent regional program in preparation to the annual William Seavis International Commercial Arbitration Moot taking place in Vienna and Hong Kong next March 2016. RUW The Royal University for Women is pleased to incorporate this trend in its College of Law activates and to link its program to the new trend of the market being international commercial arbitration, an important growing area of law in the Middle East. The Royal University for Women is proud to host this training program and the related Middle East competition, which will develop the skills of students and legal experts in order to prepare the university team for the imminent national competition in commercial arbitration. This event is an excellent opportunity to be part of the Royal University for Women celebrates its 10th anniversary, which falls in this academic year. The Royal University for Women, in its 10th year of existence, with 4 colleges, College of Business and Financial Science, College of Art and Design, including the architecture design, which we started last year, 2014-2015, College of Information Technology, and finally, the newly established or the newest established College of Law. Since its inception and as part of its mission, the Royal University for Women has always tried to give a quality education to its students and to serve the community in terms of community engagements, continuing education, guaranteeing that the university contributes somehow to the development of the Kingdom of Bahrain and the GCC. This program is another step in that direction. We at the Royal University of Women are proud to facilitate this event, and I believe this represents a highly valuable opportunity to share informations and develop ideas and skills done. And I wish you all a pleasant stay in the coming 5 days, not only at the Royal University for Women, but also in the Kingdom of Bahrain. And I would like to extend my very best wishes to you and fruitful 5 days of activities, and wish our dearest students from the 15th teams, which represents from what Mrs. Al-Abusi was telling me this morning, about 8 countries so far. Wish you all the best, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Okay, before coming on stage, the U.S. Embassy representative, I would like to welcome you all on behalf of the College of Law of Royal University for Women. The College of Law is honored to host such a prestigious program, and I would like, first of all, to address my sincere thanks to all the organizers of this event, Bahrain Chamber for Dispute Resolution, Commercial Law Development Program, MENA Chambers, CILE, Pittsburgh University, led by Professor, and all the other partners involved. Together, we've worked very hard to make this event possible, and I think that being here today is, for the first time, will be part of the Vis Pre-Moot experience. And for this reason, we are excited, we are happy, and we are committed to work very hard in order to achieve our goals. International commercial arbitration is becoming a critical area in Bahrain, in the GCC, in the Middle East. Since parties entering in international commerce more often require and prefer disputes to be settled through arbitration. This is well known to all legal professionals, to judges, attorneys, consultants, arbitrators, those who deal with the market of legal professions every day. This is well known also to RUW College of Law, which aims at developing of practical learning for the students, a great leadership program, the 8 countries represented. I welcome the colleagues, the Dean of Colleges of Law, and all the coaches which are working very hard with these teams. And in conclusion, allow me to address a final and special thanks to the RUW Moot team and the coach for their tireless work during the last few months. I wish you all, coaches, arbitrators, and students, an exciting pre-moot ahead. Thank you very much. I would invite on stage Ms. Rebecca Serwin from U.S. Embassy as U.S. Embassy in Bahrain Economic Officer. Thank you.
Good morning. I feel honored and privileged to welcome you to the William C. Vis Middle East International Commercial Arbitration Pre-Moot, held in collaboration with the U.S. Department of Commerce Commercial Law Development Program, the Royal University for Women, the Judicial Law Studies Institute, the MENA Chambers Bahrain, the University of Pittsburgh School of Law, and the Bahrain Chamber of Dispute Resolution. I personally would like to thank all of you, the participants and the arbitrators, over the next 5 days. Growing up, I have to say that on my 13th birthday, I got a quite amazing gift. The Berlin Wall fell. And this was a gift for me, not just because I got to witness history on my birthday, but for the decade that followed, as the countries that came out of the Soviet Union falling strove to make market economies happen. It was the best laboratory we could have for seeing what really, really matters in making a market economy work. Now, I have an economic background, and I'm an economist, so this was a laboratory that was amazingly fun for me to watch. But what came out of those experiments in building market democracies was the knowledge that the legal institutions are one of the most important parts of making a market economy work. Originally, CLDP was created to advise those emerging economies on implementing necessary legal frameworks, but today it's expanded to provide advice all over the world in over 50 different countries. As commerce continues to flow through the Middle East, the importance of drafting accurate contracts and resolving disputes becomes more important than ever. I'm so proud of the programming I have seen CLDP do in Bahrain, and so thankful to all of the partners, many of which are here today, that have made a lot of that programming possible. And this region, the work that they've done for commercial law has been amazing. So they've done a lot to encourage entrepreneurship and help the economies grow and bring in investment.
Well, it's now time for our local partners. I would like to come on stage, MENA Chambers Bahrain Managing Partner, Ms. Aisha Mutawiya. Thank you.
Good morning. Assalamu alaikum. First, I would like to welcome everyone who has traveled to come to Bahrain. We're always very proud to welcome our visitors to Bahrain, and I really hope you have a wonderful time. I'm here to represent MENA Chambers, and we are very proud to be amongst such an elite group of students, organizers, and partners. We believe of the importance of the youth to change the world. And I want you to know, as students in this program, that it is important to utilize this opportunity. It is about competing, and the first person you have to compete against is yourself. Set your own standards first, and then meet them, and then set your standards again. And keep going higher, because your contribution is huge. You can really change yourself, your partners, your teams, your countries, your economies. And you have to understand the significance of you in this region. You are really capable of a lot, and it is really a privilege to be blessed with time. You are very young, so I want you to remember it doesn't matter where you are today. What matters is that you keep moving. You have to keep growing. because you can do a lot. And this is exactly what this program is about. All these partners have come together to support all of the students, all of the colleges who understand the significance and the importance of participating in such events and having the opportunity to learn from experts like Professor Brand, who is really a treasure. So as much as you can ask him questions, I encourage you to. Professor Brand, I'm sorry. Whenever you find him asking questions. And this is an experience that I can tell you will be something that you will always reflect on and remember and enjoy. And as much as it is a competition, please, I beg you, enjoy it. Because there will be joy, there will be tears, you will lose a few things, you will learn a few things, but that is exactly what you're here to do. So that's all right. So on behalf of MENA Chambers, we're very happy to be part of the practitioners that are here, and you are the future lawyers of tomorrow. I encourage you, and I hope you have a lovely competition. Thank you.
Well, it's time now, I would say, with our first partner. We met in the last academic year for the first time to organize this event, and he was very keen on suggesting RUW to host this event. Mr. Ahmed Hossein from Bahrain Chamber for Dispute Resolution. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Bahrain and Bahrain Convention and all this stuff. It's one thing that I want to send to you, if I can send any message. I'm sure that you're going to change. With this event and after this event, you're going to notice a big change. So just enjoy it. I know that everybody is a little bit nervous, and this is normal. I would say that this is a perfect, because that means you have the passion, and you just enjoy, bring out whatever you did and you prepare for the last 2 weeks or 2 months or whatever. So I would just invite you to share with us the social media. I don't know whether you have the cards, because we have the Facebook and WhatsApp and Instagram. These are the language that usually you talk. I'm a little bit lousy in it, but I'm trying to learn now. So enjoy it and good luck. Thank you.
It's our pleasure to introduce and to come on stage, to invite on stage Ms.
We're very thankful to be here at the Royal University for Women here. It's an honor for them to be our sponsor this year, and we feel very welcomed, and it always already feels like home. So thank you very much to everyone from RUW, in addition particularly to the student volunteers who have been helping out outside, to the Moot Committee as well. Also, I'd like to thank for our contractors and logistics partners that are providing all the logistical arrangements for this room, and others as well. I know my colleague Rebecca from the U.S. Embassy told you a little bit about CLDP, but I just wanted to give you a little bit more background. But before we do, I'd like Mr. Zamar Khan and Ms. Chamai Tranlu to stand up, if you may. There are representatives from CLDP. Particularly without Ms. Chamai, I don't think this program could ever happen. She is the glue to all the partners who have been working consistently over the past months on telephone conferences on a weekly basis to ensure that we are providing the best program possible. I see there's a lot of potential upcoming rising lawyers in the room, hopefully, right? We all went to law school for a certain reason, and for some reason I wanted to be a lawyer ever since I was 6 years old. And so I've been working with CP now for about 6 years, and prior to that I was in private practice. And Zamark and I deal with programs from all over the world, as Ms. Rebecca mentioned, and we go anywhere from Afghanistan to Iraq to Tunisia, now going into South America. Actually, I just came from Baghdad and Amman, so this is my third country in 2 weeks, leaving my 2 children behind so I could teach the next generation of lawyers. And my children, I remember in one of the trips I came back, and I usually come back from a trip and I right away go into the kitchen to make breakfast for them. And I was making breakfast during what they called in the US snow apocalypse, where we had a blizzard, and it took over the entire neighborhoods and city. They didn't have school for a week and a half. As a young mother, not having school, that means I have to stay at home, and you can already know what's going to happen. So I was making breakfast, and usually I have a rule. And the rule is, during the weekday, whether you have school or you don't have school, no chocolate. They're in love with Nutella, addicted. So, the rule is you can have a bagel with cream cheese, or you could have, something else. My son, his name is Majd. Majd goes, "Mommy, but can we have Nutella today?" And I go, "But you can't. That's not the rule. You know the default rule. Mommy and Daddy both have to say yes in order for the rule to apply." They go, "Well, Daddy's still sleeping and you're back, so is there an exception?" I go, "No." Then he proceeded again. "But Mother," he says, "Mama," and he goes, "But we don't have school and it's snowing. Can we make a special exception to the rule?" So you can see at the very early age of 6, he's already trying to become a good advocate. My daughter, on the other hand, is going to be a politician. She did have her bagel and cream cheese, and yet I also have another rule on TV. No TV during the weekdays, right? And she goes, "Mommy, can I please watch some TV? 15 minutes at most." And I go forward to a fierce, fierce competitors. It's amazing to look around the room because I see people from so many different countries that I think if we were in our own countries, we would not even have the opportunity to meet. For some of you, this is completely new. You just were asked to join this journey of writing and reading and volunteering your time, giving up your free time for how many months so far? And you still got a long way to go. And then you have some coaches that are telling you, trust me, it's so worth it. You're going to finish this and it's going to be great. But it's like almost saying, oh yeah, you're going to run a marathon and you're going to totally love it at the finish line. No one tells you how hard it's going to be. Similar to motherhood, but that's another story. The key pillars of the Vis program are right here. Students, coaches, and the academic community. Without those 3 components, there is no commercial advocacy, commercial diplomacy, there is no arbitration. None of this is here. You are all part of the key pillars that makes this competition, not just this competition, but actually the William C. Vis, important and relevant, also Hong Kong. Why? Because when you're going to walk in less than a month with Professor Brand and I in Vienna, we will be walking in with almost 8 countries represented over the 70 countries coming in from this region, which is unheard of. We started in 2006 with hardly any representation in the Middle East, and now we're going to walk in with almost 8 countries, bringing fierce competition to everyone from the world, telling them not only that this region is relevant, but this region is on equal level playing field amongst the Harvards and the Yales of the world. You are the Harvards and Yales of this region, and you will be the Harvards and Yale of the world. In order to get there, that's why this is created. We wanted to create an opportunity to make this not just a Vis program, but a place where arbitrators, lawyers, judges, academics, students become longtime friends. I always ask of this every year, and I'm going to do it again because every year is a new class, so I get the luxury of repeating myself. Look to your left. Look to your right. These people are going to be your best friends forever. You will call upon them long after this program. So now, I'd like folks from, we have different countries, but I think it's good time for our friends from Afghanistan to stand up and to welcome them. Thank you. I'd like our friends from Bahrain to please stand up. Tunisia. Jordan. Saudi Arabia. Kuwait. Qatar. Please stay standing, because last year this time I asked you to make a promise to me, and that promise is to commit yourself to support the team for this year. It's a privilege and honor to be working with you, and thank you for your commitment and promise. I hope that you can instill the same values that you have developed in all of us for the next team and for the next year. Teams, you have big shoes to fill. It's your responsibility to carry the torch for next year. Thank you, coaches. You're kind of like, when is this remarks going to be over? Trust me, you'll get there, you'll get there. Now, my dear colleague, Ustad Ahmed, mentioned 3 very important names. And I will mention them, but there are some people that are not also here in the room. Critical to actually even bringing you here to the room. I will introduce Professor Brandon a little bit, but I'd like also Matt and Janet to please stand up. I have never met 2 individuals so committed to this region and to this program more than these 2 people, who are doing this out of their own free time and will. They have their own jobs, they have their own families, they live in different places. They've done this years and years ago, but for some reason they're still around. And for some reason they still want to focus on this area of the world. I don't know why, a lot of people gave up, but I'm so grateful to their commitment. And we are truly honored. I mean, they give not just their professionalism into this, they are truly committed to you, and they are truly in love with the energy that you have provided to them. And it's thank you on behalf of CLDP and all the program resource partners. Thank you for your commitment, and we look forward to continuing our work with you. So thank you. A little bit of housekeeping. So in order for everyone to get to know each other, tonight from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Golden Tulip in the pool area behind, we decided for everyone to have a meet and greet. So anywhere between 7 to 9, if everyone wants to get to know each other a little bit more, that will be a good time to socialize. Now, probably Zamark, every year, we say the Vis, we get really excited, but we never, and especially Chamai, but Chamai usually does this really long sigh at the office when I come in the morning. It's this time of year again. Because we're, it's a lot of work, from logistics and getting all the academic partners, the diplomacy, the visas, the flights, the memorandums. It's a lot of work. And every year they ask me, why do you do this? Why do you actually punish yourself through all this logistical work? When all our other colleagues do, workshops for 3 days, it's just with officials. They go in and out, and they're out, and I'm doing something a little bit. And the reason why I'm going on and on is because during the award ceremony, we're not going to be speaking much. This is my only time to connect with you. Because other than that, it goes professional. So the only way I can describe this is I'm a huge lyrics fan. I don't know if you know. I love lyrics. So the reason I'm going to start, I think, leave you with this. So I stand here waiting for you to hear your arguments, to crash the critics saying, is it right or is it wrong? If only fame had an IV, baby, could I bear. Being away from you, I found the vein, put it in here. I live for the argument, the hearing, the judgment. I live for your arguments. I live for the arguments. Live for the way you cheer and scream during the award ceremony, the arguments. Obviously, I can't sing. Use it for the with Ronald Brand. Key partners in this program. He was Vis Pre-Moot, a man who's an honorary Arab, I shall say. I've almost taught him a 5-minute conversation with me in the Iraqi dialect, I must admit. He is the chancellor of legal education at the University of Penn, whose reputation goes across the globe. One that is part of the Vis William program, the William C. Vis program, and committed himself to this region. Off this energy, watching him is pure pleasure. This much of a lot more done, and he's an example. A friend, and I welcome to the stage Professor Ronald Brand.
Thank you, Mace. Good morning. Assalamu alaikum. It's great to look out and see the size of the group we have. It's also appropriate that we are this year in Bahrain. To be here for the Pre-Moot for some time, and BCDR to be the home of the organization that support over the entire 6 years of the Pre-Moot. Process began in Bahrain in terms of the region, and I remember coming with 2 of my students. One of them was a colleague at CLDP of the people who are here. Katerina came in 2006 to train the first University of Bahrain team, and that was the start of this process. We added teams, and we thought we had enough to. We did. We're now the 6th Pre-Moot, and when I see the numbers here, it's just amazing. I am proud, Professor Serwin, that the U.S. government has supported. It's incredibly important. I think that money spent on education we can spend. I don't think there's any better way to do it. It makes a difference, and so it really is something that for me has been a wonderful, wonderful process to work over the next 5 days with all of. I want to say, I guess, 2 things, though. One, that those of you, some of you have been a part of the Moot process. Coaches, how many of you are, this is your first year in the Vis Moot? Please raise. Okay, you've heard a little bit of talk about the experience. Many of you, if not most of you, if not all of you, this is an experience that will change your life. It is that dramatic, but it will do that only if you put the work into it. The nice that I think the Vis Moot is one of those really special educational projects and processes. It finds two things, and when you get those two things together, it makes a difference. Those two things are intellectual, critical thinking. And the other thing is, okay, when you put that together, you start engaging in high-level critical thinking. And that's when education happens. It doesn't happen when somebody stands in front of you and talks. It happens when the mind is engaged in that way. And so what I hope is that you will, if you haven't already found that process, that you'll find a bit of it this week. The second thing I want to say is Moot, and as May said, it was 2006, so it's been 10 years since we've here. I've been coming over with CLDP, and if you're a parent or have been a parent, you start thinking 10 years to this is getting close to teenage time, and imagine CLDP and the portion here. When you start to see your child becoming 10, you think, who can a teenager? And so what I want to say is that it's really wonderful to see the way in which the support has developed in the region. We hope that it will be a sustainable process with ownership. Thank President Juma and for hosting, and please, all of see that your universities take ownership not process here and in the region, because this is something that to continue. You, the students here, the leaders of the future in this region, and your schools, your countries should be supported. They are because you are here, and that is a wonderful thing. To the coaches, thank you for this. To the student coaches, you know that you're in becoming a student to being one of those who's going to perpetuate and sustain this moot process in your schools and in your countries. And I look forward to working with Janet and Matt, and what you'll see is that no matter what they've said, and Matt get involved, I kind of sit back and they do the work, and it's really wonderful. And then I take the credit for it. So it's the best. But for being here, thank you to all of the people who supported this, because it is an important process. We're going to have a competition, a pre-moot competition, but this is not about competition. So think about where you are today, okay? And what I ask you is, when we have that band Saturday evening, ask yourself, am I a better lawyer now sitting here today? Okay. If you can answer that question, yes, the rest of the competition doesn't matter. I think you'll be able to do that. So thank you for being here, and thank you for having me here with you.
So I thank you everyone for coming for the opening welcoming remarks. I think now we'll actually I know, Zamark, you and I want to talk a little bit more about STEAM ability, specifically going to Professor Brand. Said the U.S. government has been partially funding this program, but at some the plan is for the Vis Pre-Moot to have a regional partner that will take this on, an academic partner in addition to the partners here in Lichtenstein. Every year we've been moving from country to country to find that partner, and I think it's gotten to a time has said is that the students really have to start taking ownership of not just working on the work itself, the problem itself, connecting with their deans, connecting with the presidents of their university, Moot committee or a Moot club, working teams, and then making sure that they reach out to try to get some form of financial funding for their teams, because it's not going to come in. Now,